Here's the reason why I chose to be sober for the rest of my life. Number one, it's not because of this big grand reason that I was an alcoholic or I was addicted to these things. It was simply because these things weren't serving my life. And clarity is the new wave, right? Being clear and having that clarity within you and yourself and your discernment and your intuition, like that's literally where the magic happens. So for me specifically, what was it, about 4 or 5 years ago, I was like, all right, I'm done with drinking. Smoking was a little bit hard for me because I really enjoyed smoking a lot of weed. And I was an undercover weed smoker. A lot of people didn't know I smoked weed. And for me, it's just like, all right, I let those things go and I'm never going to do them again. And it's really that simple, right? It's like, you're not going to do it again? It's like, no, I cut drinking when I was living in a year in Mexico and living outside the US. They drink a lot. And it was one of those things that was challenging at times, but it was one of those things where it's like, no, clarity is power, and I'm focused on that. So it's like, you don't have to be extremely addicted to something, or you maybe are addicted to something. Like for me, I was probably addicted to weed because couldn't let it go, right? But I'm choosing being sober just because of the fact that I just want to be clear-headed, right, with how I show up within my family, my career, people, friends, family. I want people to get the real me, right? And people deserve to get the real you. And a lot of us guys tend to use these outside substances to then shift our moods. Like, oh, had a long day, so let me get a drink. Or had a long day, let me smoke a little blunt, right? Or a joint, right? That was my thing. Oh, I grinded all day, so I could deserve a joint. And it's pretty funny looking back at it, but it serves no purpose, right? No judgment for people who still do it or choose to do it. I really don't care what anyone else does, honestly. I'm just speaking out of my experience in my life and choosing to be sober for no extreme reason, just choosing it just because I want to be clear and locked in and being really enjoy this experience because we're really only here for a season. That's the main reason why I'm doing it, and I choose to do it. And I challenge you to look at yourself. How do you use these substances, right? There was a point when I was just drinking. I was like, oh, I'm not really drinking a lot, but I'm drinking just because other people are drinking, so I do it here and there. Then there's a point where I was like, what's the point? And then since I cut it fully years ago, I'm just like, it's not even a thought in my head, right? So definitely recommend you going into yourself and asking you questions of like, why am I really smoking? Why am I really drinking? And why am I doing these things? Is it destructive, constructive? And also, why not you just enjoy you? It's like, what is it that's missing that you feel like these substances put me off the edge, right? It's like, nah, F that. Clarity is the new power. We're on the wave of being sober just because we want to be sober.